see our topic is going to be love today.
Might need some Kleenex.
Just so happens.
Yeah, Jason and I were just laying down and he said, I hear this song that me and Suzanne wrote, and he said, can you play it? I said, yes, I feel that. I haven't played it in so long I don't remember, so let me go practice it. And I started playing it and I was just bawling, and I never felt that song like I did just now. I was like crying. Just beautiful.
Well, we got that. We have some other songs and other musicians, and we have a call at noon, so we have 1 hour to let the Holy Spirit ask us. Then after that, there's no chance. So, yeah, we'll just see how this gets orchestrated. But the reason why Ricki and I felt to do the service today was because we've been feeling, and Ricki definitely has been feeling a lot of love these last few days. Like, not love because of because of any reason or any relationship or any commitment in form, but because she's jumped through a window of I give my whole life over to God and I don't know what it looks like, and I surrender, and that's the real love. So what do you say?
I spent a week with Anna helping her get her life settled so she could move out here, and the prayer of my heart had continued to be that I wanted to know that I was loved. And it's such that I have all these mighty companions that whatever mirrors I received really forced me to go inside and ask for that love and kind of like not back down till I felt it. I don't even know how to describe the love that's coming from inside of me and pouring out. I knew I had to let go of concepts, but I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what God's love meant. I didn't know what it felt like, and so it's just been just a natural ability to start loving everyone. I think it was 2 days ago, where it felt like my whole function that day was just to lay down with just about every person in this house, and I would find my legs wrapped around people, and I just would find maybe someone I hadn't seen in a year, or someone that I perhaps didn't feel so connected to. I lay with them all, and there was the intense love in my heart. It was just the same for everyone, and I just looked, and actually I grabbed Jason this morning. I don't even have to find him. It's like at the same time I'm going to go find him, he's there, and he was actually one of my blocks, and just avoiding him for a couple of years, and we were on a call in the middle of the night the other night. He pulled me out at 1 a.m. for a call, and I barely had any clothes on, a little tank and boxers, and I just, in the middle of the call, I found myself, I had no concept of clothes or bodies. I was just completely wrapped in him, legs, on the call, laughing with everyone in Mexico, and that's been my experience with each person, male or female, and just going, oh my God, my love is really limitless. And I had seemingly moved through some darkness in Colorado, but what was happening is I was just doing what I always did, in what seemed to be some kind of relationship or something, but we don't do that anymore really, but it was like I had just found all of a sudden that my mindset was that maybe an infatuation or past relationship kind of a thing, and I looked, and the thing was, the mind couldn't tolerate that anymore. It was so painful. I think I blamed things on the outside, but what was happening was I was calling to go much deeper, yet I was doing what I've always done, and that had whatever my plan is, it wasn't going to work. That wasn't going to work for me. And so it's just been really quick since then. Really quick to undo, like, and any thoughts that have come within. There have been so many aha moments, like, oh, there it is. Can't have that. Don't want that anymore. And yeah, just really opening up. This morning when I went to find Jason, it was because, like, I just saw there were just visions of this complete love, and actually wanting to be in that unknown, like, don't even take me out of that. And I just had this vision of me, like, throwing my arms around David. And it's just, the blocks are falling. And I just, the gratitude I have for Jason right now is that, yeah, I was just resting with him, and I wanted to let him rest, but my heart was pounding, like, with love and gratitude for him, just like, I don't even know, yeah, I don't even know what it is. I'm just so grateful that the love is actually limitless, and because he's just taking my hand and not walking me through the mind. And if I have a doubt, he takes me high to the only thing that I want, and it's so quick. And I don't know who you are, but you seem to be, a friend walking me home, and I'm just so grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, you wrote a letter the other day symbolizing you wanted to go deeper, and you wrote it to David saying, I want to go deeper, I need to, I have to, I'm willing to let go of everything. He wrote back saying, yes, accept, this is what I'm here for, to join with those in the mind who want limitless love. And I feel like that's what's happening. You've just taken off all the limits of how it could look or what it should look, and you're just trusting the Holy Spirit to orchestrate your whole life, and that's what allows that love to come through. It's like Jesus said, I forget where in the Bible, it's something like, of all of these commandments, the greatest of these is love. Love thy neighbor as yourself. Of all of these, the greatest is love. And that takes it off all the rules and the structure and the have-tos and the shoulds and the don'ts, and just, can you give yourself, can we give ourselves full permission to rest so deeply that the inner world, which is really the same as the outer world, but the inner world and the experience is everything. And we've been kind of watching this movie part-time, well, I have, called Upside Down, actually, where these two worlds, these two planets, are like on top of each other, and the sea is there and the sea is here, and those who are born on one stay on one, and those who are born on the other. And symbolically, if one is the real world and one leaves, he's very disjunctive on the other one, and gets sucked back home. Can we let all of our weights, attachments, preferences, judgments, desires go to get sucked back home to our real planet, our real world? I showed a scene here to everybody last night about it, where he was in one ocean and it just didn't feel right. It was hot, and he took off all his weights and literally got thrown into the other world's ocean. And that's what's happening to us. It's not like we have to work to get back to this love, or strive, or struggle. It's stop struggling with everything else, and just let yourself get sucked by the gravity of your true inheritance back home. Someone's announcing you.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. That's it.
Yes, Diane, always on time. Right on time for Diane. I knew it was you.
We have a lot today and tomorrow. I think there's going to appear a lot of changes in form for our ministry. And so we've just been, yesterday and today, and even the day before, really just staying very connected and very present so that the mind is ready for what may seem to look like shifts. So when they come in, they can be accepted with glee, with gratitude for what will further our deepening into this love. But staying in that undefined is the key. You have to stay in that undefined, in the Holy Spirit, in God, so that when the body seems to move, you're not really affected by it, and you accept it as part of the plan to deepen in that experience.
And there's so much joy that comes with that if you just go with what's given, like even if there's fear or hesitation or doubt, that's where all the joy is, because it's what's given is answering the true call of your heart. And for me, it seems like I must just such the fear of God's love. You know, all of my given, seemingly, assignments lately, I was completely afraid of, just, and pushed it away. I pushed the gifts away. So when I finally surrendered, because I, basically fought so hard, I wore myself out, and just said, okay, it was kind of like that. I'm just going to do it with, blind faith, not even really believing it, but what do I have to lose kind of thing. That's how hard I was to convince. And just, I have that complete knowledge that it is everything I've ever wanted to walk through what is actually given in that moment. And all that means is what is right in front of you. The now, that's it.
It's simple. And that was your joy, is that you said you struggled with coming to the acceptance, of accepting what's right in front of you. And now you're watching ones come in that are reflecting that desire, actually, of the simplicity.
Yeah, and I know how much I've changed, because I used to watch them come in, and if it was easier for them, I was like, this is not fair. But there's just, I don't even know how to explain this love for this young woman that I went to get and help kind of just get her, just with the logistics of her house. She wanted to come live in community, and we went over there, and yeah, I spent a week with her. And is it time to call Anna up?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So we all, David and Kirsten and I and Jessica went to a retreat in Canada and met Anna, and there was just an instant knowing and connection. And just like I said out loud, where did you come from? Where did you guys find her? It was just like that. And so she was just ready to just leave, pack up her life and come, which is what I did 2.5 years ago. And she's a musician, and I just saw like a little me walking around, 25, I don't know how much older I am than her, but a lot, but years ago. And but also in a way I saw that I was nothing like her, like just completely, at that age I didn't have a whole lot of the truth in my mind, but I wanted God very badly. But we had this connection, and I heard, maybe I'm to fly out, have her fly me out there and drive back with her. She heard it, and I wasn't even going to ask it, because, I don't know, I was just waiting for what was given at that time, but everyone felt it. And so I went out there, and we spent a week together, and we've been here back for, 3 days, maybe?
It's like 3 years.
Yeah. Well, we were just looking at each other this morning going, last night, or she's been saying it for about 2 days or 3 days to me, like, you are completely different than you were when you're at my house. It's been so rapid for me, this letting go of concepts. And I was looking at her this morning, and we were just joining, and I was like, oh my God, Anna, you are completely different. and I just said, oh my God, she's been here 3 days, and she's so filled with this love and acceptance and joy. I've never seen anything like it, because when I came 2.5 years ago, let me tell you, it was not like that. It was kicking and screaming the entire way, and I was scared, and I couldn't feel any love. And like David said in the Canada retreat, you were, Ricki, you were like a basket case for 2 years? I was. And so look at this, starlight bright, walking down the hall singing, coming in with, now Nikita said something to me 5 or 6 months ago that has proved to be the truth in every way, and I'm just so grateful for this truth, and it's that we will not heal through pain and sacrifice anymore. We are not going to God that way anymore. That was past, it's gone, and we're going through joy. Proof.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's just listening to you guys talk up here. It's like my mind it's just everything, especially that you were saying. It's just like I feel like I'm so joined in mind with you. It's like I'm experiencing the same thing. And yeah, I feel so honored really to be here, because I feel like ever since I got here, I think the vibe, just everybody being so devoted, just helped. Just some way, like my mind was able to just come in and join with the minds here, or the mind, and just drop. And I don't know, like it seems so, you said something about just natural, like it just seems so natural in the mind right now. Like I don't even know how it's happening. I'm just being shown, but just, yeah, it's just like this, readiness to be shown, to really follow Spirit. Like I feel that really deeply. I mean, it's just like wild. Like I was telling Jason about this the other day. I've been like sitting, and every time I feel a little bit off, I'm just going to sit and I pray. And I just say, okay, I don't know, I'm just going to let it be shown. And I just feel like the Spirit's just coming through and showing me in my mind, okay, that if I have some sort of a grievance, it's like, okay, that's the past. You don't even know what that is. That's just a thought that you're bringing that you don't even know what it is. It's like this pure not knowingness dissolves everything. It's like, I think we've talked about the wash cycle before, but I really don't feel the wash cycle. I feel like it's a dissolve.
Yeah, that's why I said, Anna, we got to pull her into the service this morning, because she said you said that, but it was more like it's taken us years to let go of this to embrace this tool that we're trying to let go of the past, and Anna has just found a way to just embrace it immediately. She's like, the past wants to come in, but I used to give that vibration attention, but now I say not that, and I deal with what's in the present moment, and it dissolves. We worked for years to get that thought to move through us, and I'm watching her. I spent a week with her where it was like, really intense stuff with her sister's death and big things, and like just the way we've all done it for years. We were in her apartment dealing with it. She's here, and I see how she's dealing with it, and I am humbled by this.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel so honored, really. That's how I just feel, is honored, because I couldn't do it without, I just feel carried by all of you. It's like we are the mind, and the mind, it just feels like this readiness. And so when I've just been being shown by Spirit, that's the past. Really, it's just like, that's the past, and it shows me you never even knew what that was. And I don't need to know anything, and I don't actually need to do anything. That's what it's been showing me. It's like everything that you need to know will be given to you in the moment that you need to know it. So it's like I can completely let go of everything. I don't have to hold into my mind like what a cup is ever, because when I need to know what a cup is in the present moment, it's going to be given to me, that I know how to use it. But it's like I don't have to have any of those concepts in my mind ever. And so that's what the dissolve is like, last night I didn't sleep, I just went so deep into meditation, and yeah, I mean, that's what's the reason why I'm here, is like I had this glimpse after my sister died where it became really clear to me that there was something, I was like, this is kind of like a dream. But it was just like Spirit really came in for me at that time, and I remember I wouldn't sleep very often, and that last night reminded me of that, where it was just like, just an empty mind, floating. You don't need anything. It's just, I don't know. I actually don't exactly know where I am, because it's just so even and so peaceful. But I'm just so grateful.
Unlocated happening. It's almost like it's too right. Yeah, I think we're questioning the idea of sleep now.
That's what was in my mind.
It's like, whoa. You know, those are things like breathing, sleep, eating, the things that I'm like, oh, come on, maybe right before you get completely sucked up to God or something. But actually, if everything of this world is a belief playing out, and the only thing you need is God's love, and that's the only thing that sustains you. I'm sustained by the love of God. Then everything can be questioned. Sleep, what you need for survival, eat, even air eventually. We'll all agree it's a pretty strong shared belief that we need to breathe air. But I am not the body, so I am sustained by the love of God, and the body's going to do what it's going to do. And the disidentification from all of that is the training. And what I hear you sharing is that disidentification is getting easier and easier because of our shared purpose and shared devotion, just that you can come into this container and be carried. And that's been the goal all along, I feel. So, thank you.
Yeah, just what that brought up for me is just something I've been feeling lately, like experiencing. It's just this joyfulness of I don't even have to know what this body was ever for. I never have to hold into my awareness what it's for, because it's going to be given to me.
Keep your way down in God's
Yeah,
love.
me too. That's so
Like
funny.
sitting
What?
there.
Every time. It's funny because I haven't, really cared if I picked up the guitar lately. I've just been experiencing so much love, and so here it is. And also, this song has never meant anything to me until now. I see. It's so weird. So maybe I am ready to do music again, a lot, because every song will take on a new meaning in this mindset, whatever it is. All right, so yeah. I also did undid concepts on writing music with someone. When this song came in, a poem came through Suzanne, and she said, put the music to it, and I was like, I got my own words, that's all I get is words. I don't need your words. And then it ended up being what I felt was such a beautiful song. It wasn't, it came through spirit, and it's for all of us, and that collaboration is the way to go. That was another thought I had. Lay down in God's love, let it free you from the fear of ego chains. Lay down in God's love, let it free you from this imaginary place. I'll do my best to remember it. Lay down in God's love. 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 the song anymore. I'd started to play the song like I used to, and I wasn't feeling it, and I was losing the words, and then I was just like, I can't do it this way anymore. So that was really cool. Then I dropped into the presence, and I was like, this is the only way I can do this thing anymore. It's like, what, was I trying to do something? Yeah, we just can't do anything ourselves anymore. I just saw it with the guitar. Like, that's why I haven't picked it up. I don't want to do it the old way. You know, and then when I was laying with you, feeling it, the song definitely came in. It's just everything will be undone. Everything. It's just it's coming undone right before your eyes. I just tried to do it the old way. In the middle of it, I said, screw that. That can't work anymore. So, yeah. And I was willing to never touch the music again. That's the thing. I just want, and that's why I don't even know to pick it up. Like, just please, I just want God to speak or move through me. And that was the old way, and it got all tainted in a world of fame and drugs, and so like it's got to be so pure. And I can see that it's coming back to that.
Yeah, once you give your life over to God, your days become so full of service. How can I be of true helpfulness? Because what you give to your brother, you give to yourself in terms of devotion for mind training and awakening. And so here we're just like, how can I serve? How can I be of assistance?
Yes.
And this giant collaboration, literally day and night, like it does not stop here. It's not like, oh, 10 o'clock, everybody go to bed and shut down. You know, I mean, maybe some that's an experience, but it's like, I want to be fully available. If the body needs to be awake, beautiful. If you want to rest in deep floating meditation, great. If you want to do projects, you know, calls.
I don't know what that sounds like to y'all, but to me, in the past, that was just so like, oh my God. It is the most joyful experience ever. And it's not tiring, and it's not... And I had that prayer out a few days ago, and let me tell you, you think you're not going to like it? You know what Spirit said? Love. You're going to just, that's your job. Go love. And it was like, and that's been my experience for the last few months, but the last few days, it was just love everyone. And it was like, oh, I feel like I'm a floater for love right now. And because all I could do with each one was just pour, just this love. It was just, that's all. That's like, and I could see that I could give it. And it's more joyful than that. I don't know. I didn't know before. I'd never experienced that kind of love. So
It's self-service. It's not really the old way of like helping someone, like you feeding or whatever. I think of Mother Teresa.
right.
It's like what she went for underneath, and what we're going for is, you want to keep this in awareness. So you have to extend it. You have no choice. That's the thing. You have no control. You have to share this. If you don't, that is the control, actually. And that's when the ego takes over and spins it into all of its distortions of lack and loss and everything else. You see, none of that is really real. It's just this heart is beating with gratitude and love, and you have to extend it. It's when you don't that the ego takes it and twists it. That's why there's nothing wrong or evil in the world in itself. It's just a twist on love, a call for love. I mean, isn't that cool? How simple that is? It's just a call for love. And so we meet that call because it's our call if we perceive it. And constantly get more and more happy. And we've been having some deep talks too about the characters, like how can they support, like the individual characters that believes it's an individual wants to support or be served or serve in its own way. But actually, if it's independently decided upon, it's a way of maintaining a separate identity. And so we join together and say, what truly serves the whole, the orchestration of these characters, so that the preferences are undone and true service and true love occurs. And when we're all in agreement on that, it just feels so beautiful. You can just feel like, okay, everyone clear? Yeah. Move out and practice it, and then a little bubble or a wobble comes in. Come together. Bubble pop. Dissolve.
dissolve, not wash anymore.
Did you guys, I saw you walk out with your guitars, did you have some songs to play?
Yeah, it's just so weird. Before you started your song, Ricki, you're like, I didn't know what the song meant until now. That's exactly how this song is, until today. And I wrote this song, I mean, it just flowed out so quickly I have to have it in front of me because I don't remember the words. But when I wrote it, I go, that's not really my experience, but maybe I will have it someday. And then today I was going over it and I was just like, wow, yeah, I feel this. I really, really feel this. Okay, ready?
God, Anna.
Scene from St. Francis where it says to Bernardo, there was a time for words where I understood them. And just having this experience where even like just the request for guidance or assurance from God of words, it's like I'll go deeper and it just like emanates out and there are no words. Like, not even show me, guide me, direct me. There are no words. And then the love just deepens again. This world is such a thin veil over who we are. That's why we need to give everything to this, our whole lives.
it's just the thought that keeps coming in my head, where everything else can just fall away and form doesn't matter. I said I just want to be taken completely. It just keeps, it's just there, that's where my heart is. And it's not even in my control, that thought, just that feeling, it's just here now.
Mm.